These are difficult times for twihards, torn between joy and sorrow as the final Twilight movie comes to the cinema later this year. But its stars have already moved on. Bella Swan, that's Kristen Stewart, has been sinking her own teeth into a new twist on the much-loved fairy tale Snow White. The movie also stars Chris Hemsworth. Kate Roger met them both in Sydney.
Hi-ho, 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 it's off to work we go.
We all have such fond memories of those cuddly little Disney dwarves and the pure as the driven Snow White. But these days, fairy tales aren't nearly so sweet. Snow White and the Huntsman is a darker retelling of the beloved fairy tale. Here, Snow White had a former life as a vampire. The Huntsman, he was pretty handy with a mythical hammer. For these two young actors coming from the hype of big blockbusters Twilight and Thor made working on a smaller fairy tale film a welcome change.
As big a film as it was, it did feel like a smaller film because
it really was, yeah.
We're all in London or, you know,
we were far away.
Europe. None of us were from there. It was sort of a tight little crew and cast, and we travelled to various locations.
Yeah, I heard it was a pretty hard and fast shoot.
And it was hard and fast, yeah.
And after big CGI epics Thor and Avengers, the Aussie was keen to get his hands dirty.
Everything I'd done prior was green screen and special effects and things, and I didn't want to do another thing like that. You know, and what appealed to me about this was Rupert made a point of it that 95% of the locations were going to be real places and real locations. They weren't going to be green screen. So we're in these beautiful cathedrals and castles and snow-capped mountains.
The up-and-comers also got to see real pros in action. These dwarves are a who's who of great British cinema, from Ray Winstone and Bob Hoskins to Ian McShane and Nick Frost.
Being with those guys on set was some of the funnest stuff we did, I think, you know, and classic British iconic actors you've seen in various gangster films. All of a sudden, you know, now they're the seven dwarves. And
so cool.
This new Snow White, gangster dwarves and all, are clearly hitting the spot for Kiwi moviegoers. The film has opened top of the weekend box office. Kate Roger, 3 News.